Measuring the spread of data. In this section, we're going to look about different ways to measure how far our data reaches. The first of which is the range, which is also the easiest way. Range just wants to know how far is your data spread out. So if you have a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, the range is just the maximum value minus the minimum value. So 8 points. Our range is 8. With that simple concept in mind, let's look at a quick example. A library surveys 20 borrowers each day from Monday through Friday and records the number of members who have not satisfied the range of the reading material. The results are 3, 7, 6, 8, and 11. The following year, the library receives a grant enabling the purchase of a large number of books. Surveys then repeated, and the results are 2, 3, 5, 4, 9. Find the range of each one. Right? So all we're going to do is get the highest value minus the lowest value, so 8. And the same thing over here. 6 minus 2, so 4. And that's how you find the range. Couldn't be simpler. Okay, now let's look at something a little more advanced. Quartiles and interquartile range. Both of these things have to do with the median. So let me give you a set of numbers here so you can talk about it. So 1, 2, 3, let's keep this easy. 4, 5, 8, and 9. Right, because the nice and easy there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. Right, the median would be the middle number. So right here would be our median. What the lower quartile is, it's the median of the bottom half. So if you go right here, right, so that's our median. So this is the bottom half. Right here would be the lower quartile, or Q1. It's also known as the bottom 25% of your data, so like the 25% percentile, right? So of all the numbers here, this is the bottom 25 percentile. And likewise, the upper quartile is also known as the median of the upper half. Or the top half, I should say, of the data. So right here, right, so this will be the top half, which will make that the median, also known as Q3, or upper quartile. And likewise, that's 75% of your data. So that's the top 75%. If you want to know, like when you get like SAT scores back in your 75th percentile, that means you score better than 75% of the people. And you being Q3. So that brings us to interquartile range. All the interquartile range is this very simple form right there. Interquartile range is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile, also known as IQR, interquartile range, as Q3 minus Q1. So for our problem right here, if we want to find the interquartile range, I'm just going to do Q3, which for us was 8, minus Q1, which for us was 2, and I get 6. That's our IQR. Now what does that mean? Well, if you think about it, the upper quartile is 75% of your data, 75 percentile, lower quartile is 25% of your data. So really this is the middle 50% of your data. This is where most half your data falls in between, also known as the middle 50. So that's IQR. Little sub IQR, it's not affected by extremely high or low values because it's just the middle 50. So if you have like an outlier that's really high or an outlier that's really low, it's not going to affect the IQR. IQR is just the nice middle. So it gives you a good idea of where most of your data falls. So now let's do a more concrete example. So this right here, here's our set of numbers. They want us to find the median, the middle number, the lower quartile, also known as Q1, or the median of the bottom half, the upper quartile, also known as Q3, or the median of the upper half, and the IQR, interquartile range, which is this Q3 minus Q1. I'm not gonna go through. I'm not gonna bore you with me rearranging it. So I just have the answer right here, right? So there it is. There is 15 values, so you could do it the baby way, or you could just actually figure out what the middle term is. So there's your median. Now that we have that, though, it's a lot easier to figure out what Q3 and Q1 are. So if I wanted to find Q1, all I have to do is find the median of the lower half. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll be about the fourth number. So Q1, or the lower quartile, is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, the fourth number, 8. That'll be my Q3, or upper quartile. And then the interquartile range would just be Q3 minus Q1, which would be 8 minus 3, or just 5. Right, that's where most of your data falls, or the middle 50% of data falls. So there you go, IQR. We can also do this on the calculator as well, so let me show you this real quick. So right, first thing I'm going to do is go to stat, edit, like we've been doing, stat, edit. Again, I'm going to clear my list. Enter my new values in. I don't need to clear L2. I'm only going to use L1. Enter new values in. Again, I skipped showing actually plug numbers in, but they're all right there, all 15. So now I'm going to get out, go back to stat, go over to calculator, one variable stats. Now again, now notice in this one, there's no frequency list, it's just set of numbers. So I'm going to go to that frequency list, I'm going to delete it, or clear it I should say. So now it's just a set of numbers, put calculate. There's the mean, all that good stuff, but what I really want in this case is down here. Right, and I have my median, 6 is what we got. My Q1, which is 3, which is what I got. And our Q3, which is 8. They don't give you the IQR, but they figured you could figure it out yourself. 8 minus 3 is 5. And that's how you do your calculator. I have one last thing to show you. This is a short lesson, and that's what happens if it's there's an even number set, right? Where it's the median's low. It's not just one number. It's like in between two numbers. So here's a good example. Here's a long list of numbers. I'm not going to bore you with. So here's the answer, right? They reordered it. Now remember, when there's 20 of them, that means it's like if there's 20 of them, using that formula we have, n plus 1 over 2. We're going to get 20 plus 1 over 2, so 21 over 2, or 10.5. So it falls between the 10th and the 5th and the 11th number. So that's what it is right there. And all you do is add them up and divide by 2. So 6 plus 6 divided by 2, 6. And once you do that, how do you find the L1 and the L3? Well, lower quartile is all the numbers from here. Remember, our median is right in the middle, right? So all of this will be the bottom half, and then you find the middle of that. You find the median of that one, which in this case will be 4 and 4, or just 4. Right? All of this will be the upper half. Right? So you find the middle of that, which in this case is 9 and 10. Add them up, divide by 2, you get 9.5. And then if you want to find the IQR, just subtract 9.5 and 5, and you get 5.5. And that's how you do it when it's there's an even set of numbers. That's it for this lesson.